Crisis on Earth X. Hello everyone, and welcome to my TV show reviews of 7 Minutes or Less and universe reviews. My name is Doug, and I like to react to certain things even on the night of or later on when it's completely irrelevant because, hey, I really love mythologies and universes that TV shows set up, and that is what I'm here to do. Be that as it may, it's Crisis on Earth X, the one out of quite a few different crossovers this series has done on the CW of the Arrowverse. And I'm actually quite excited to talk about this, so if you guys have seen it, please let me know down below. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. I, however, have a little bit of formalities to get through here as something that you need to know about me, because if you're tuning in and you don't know me, you need to know where I'm coming from. One thing's for sure. I actually have not caught up. I have seen enough of what I need to know so I can understand this crossover event, but not completely. Like a lot of Legends of Tomorrow, over my head. Some of Arrow, I'm on Season 2, which I've just finished, and going on to Season 3. I've seen most of The Flash Season 1, and let's just kind of put our hands down and say, I need to catch up. It actually works really well by itself, where you don't really need to know these characters, considering how much I know. It really works to see all of these characters at play, kind of get a general idea of who they are, what they can do, and what they've been through, because scripting is actually really nice. It works out really well to kind of say, okay, so that's what that character's been through. Oh, and man, he takes a hit really well. He must have been going through some stuff. Right, so I'm being a little vague. We need to get into this. So, Crisis on Earth X starts us off with Barry Allen and Iris West finally getting ready to tie the knot. It's the day before the wedding. Everyone's surrounding them in Central City, Starling City on Earth 2. Even the legends, often across time in the Middle Ages, they all are like, hey, we need to get to this wedding, let's go! So basically everyone's invited and ready to go, and that is what the first episode is essentially about. Just basically everyone coming together, kind of going, hey, where are we at in our lives? As they question it, that really takes precedence throughout the entire first episode, which is technically Supergirl's episode, but if you're really looking at this in a crossover perspective, it's really not one person's episode, it's just everyone's episode. And be that as it may, you've got Kara, who's upset over the last person she's been trying to be with, who's married, which I'm not completely aware of because, like I said, I need to catch up. Then you got the Legends of Tomorrow kind of just doing their thing, but you've got the lead scientist and the other guy, which, again, I have to catch up because it's Legend of Tomorrow and I haven't watched any of it. These two that make Firestorm, they kind of want to stay separate from one another. They kind of want to go, hey, we've got lives, we've got things we've got to do, but one of them has a little slight reservation to the other leaving. And then you actually have Oliver and Felicity doing quite well, but this whole wedding thing is kind of getting them all jostled into the thought of maybe we should get married. Of course, we do have some drama I just don't think was warranted. Like, why do we have to stop everything to kind of talk about this one person's regretful feelings over a matter that should have been just something innocent and sweet? But then again, it might be a big deal for them because it's a character that I haven't really gotten to know because I have to catch up. But I still get what's going on. Okay, I know I'm a broken record. Can I just kind of get that out of the way? I haven't caught up. There's a lot of things that I have a gripe with that can't be a criticism. Okay, yeah, alright, we're good. So we got all these characters with their own little different places in their lives, and they're all coming together for this wedding, only for it to be crashed. And I can't really talk too far into it for you guys, because I know there's probably plenty of you who haven't watched it yet, so I'm just going to kind of give you a quick review on that. It's good. It's actually very interesting. The first two-night event kind of started off with a really good bang, and it really worked. I think it was kind of corny to beginning with, but it was charmingly so. I think the action is exciting. I really find a lot of the confrontations and the conflictions and everything in between, especially with this new abysmal Earth that nobody wants to talk about or even travel to, which is run over by Nazis coming in, crashing the wedding, is fascinating, and all that stuff is really, really entertaining. But it's also very, very complicated because if you're not in this world, if you've never gotten into Arrow, if you've never gotten to Supergirl, if you've never gotten into Legend of Tomorrow, like me, it still becomes fun. I mean, there's so much going on that even when it comes down to the one-on-ones between characters, call me a sucker, but I really, really enjoyed them. I find myself always entertained when they do this massive crossover event and still make time for these characters. Some of it could be written off as boring, but I'm not saying it's boring. So let's get into a little bit of the spoilers. So if you have not seen this yet, I'm sorry, but we gotta go into this territory. I will end the video for you guys here, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you can. I would really appreciate you guys looking into what I've got because I have my universe reviews, which is going to be covering this entirety of Arrowverse. I'll have a general review and then more spoilerific reviews of talking about the events that happen in each season. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of information for you guys, so please check those out. I've only just gotten started. I would appreciate anything that you can give me, and that is either your eyes or your ears. I would love you for it. So please subscribe, like, and comment as you will. Thank you all so much for watching. Now, let's get into some of the spoilers, because the second half of this gets more interesting because, you know, Felicity doesn't want to get married to Oliver. Iris and Flash, they're fine, but they just kind of are separated at this point because now the good guys got to go off and fight the baddies. And those baddies just so happen to be the doppelgangers of our heroes. Minus Flash's, because then you get the reverse Flash, so it's still just as metaphorically ironic. But you have Kara on the evil side, who is Overgirl, which is strange to me. And then you also have Oliver Queen, who is on, you know, the bad side as well. And these two are married. Overgirl and Oliver Queen are married. I had to say that twice just to kind of keep that clicking in my brain. Be that as it may, I really found that whole villainy thing very fascinating. I love it when they do that because it's reflections back to our main characters kind of going, if this is where I ended up, I don't want to be that. And I rather had a blast with the fighting when it went down because the second half does have little talky moments, but it gets more action-oriented, action-based. So when Reverse Flash and Flash go up against, they're just whizzes going by. So the camera guys know, and the directors know, and the writers know. As much as that would be cool to see, it's a little too fast, so they're just going to be lines running across the screen. But every time they do, you're just kind of like, oh yeah, Flash is doing something. God, I want to know what he's doing. And then you also have Arrow going up against Arrow. You got Supergirl going up against Overgirl. I want to keep saying Overlord. Oliver actually has a kryptonite arrow, so when he shoots it, it surprises Overgirl to an extent. And so when the evil Oliver comes up and goes, "Are you okay?" she goes, "I'm pissed." Good words. Get back at it. The action sequences are very well shot because some of them are actually like one takes, a couple of cuts here and there, but you can kind of tell they've been one taking it for quite some time, and especially wider shots to get a lot of the action in. Found that really, really impressive. And I love one shots, you know, those tracking shots where nothing cuts and you're watching a lot of action happen in front of you. You kind of like, you feel like you're there. That all impressed me. I really, really enjoyed it. And I would have to say, them showing up on the other end of the universe, the one universe they're not supposed to go to or can't, you know, Planet X, Planet 53, the Legends of Tomorrow, Oliver, Supergirl, and the Flash, they're all there now. So now they're going to hint some very interesting moments. And this is where I'm going to end my review, reaction, sort of speak. Yeah, I'm going to end it here. I rather enjoyed all of it. I can't wait to see the next night, which is tomorrow night. If you guys are going to be watching it, please let me know down below. I would really, really love to talk with you about it. Let me know what you think of it so far. I would just love to know your thoughts. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be seeing you more than likely, probably, and possibly tomorrow for the final 2 episodes of Crisis on Earth X. Until next time!